Hello, welcome to another week. Sorry, this is my latest obsession, making myself iced coffees, especially when I'm not hungry. So yeah, I can't remember where we left off last week. Let's have a think. Anyway, not that it matters. So I did see, I had family down at the weekend, which was really nice, because I think I can't lie, the last week has actually been really crap. I think it's the realities of everything are starting to kick in, and that kind of initial, your initial shock, and obviously everything's sort of done, and yeah, the weeks are just rolling on now, and yeah, it has been tough, but we are managing. I am managing. John's chemo's finished. So they changed his chemo because he had a bad reaction to the first one. Then they weren't going to do it because he's still got infections. So he's been fighting infections this whole time. And it's because of the leukemia that affects the hairy cell. Still funny. The hairy cell leukemia that affects the white blood cells, the ones that fight infections. Obviously his aren't... Well, he's got too many of the bad ones that have multiplied because they don't die off in the normal life cycle that a healthy B white blood cell would. You can tell I've been looking this up. So that's obviously why his body is just struggling to fight these infections, I guess. So they decided to crack on with a different chemo because nothing else was working to clear those infections, and that's done. So it went from it was going to be once a week on a drip for over a couple of days because of the reaction, once a week for 5 weeks, but the one he's just completed was a different one, and it was 2 injections a day in his stomach over 5 days. So it's done. Again, woo! It's all just very quick. So it's done, but he's still in hospital, still in the same isolation room because he can't be out because he's still at risk of infection or catching things. So poor sod hasn't left the room for over 3 weeks. So it's safe to say that, when he's feeling when he is up and about, he's stir crazy. He's having regular blood transfusions at the moment, as well as other medication. So now we've just got to wait and see and hope that his body can now start to fight these infections. And once they do, he should be on the road to recovery. But as it stands at the moment, he's still, I mean, he's brighter than he was, he's better than he was, but yeah, still fighting. And I think for me, it's just it's quite hard, being sort of trying to keep everything together. So trying to sort of keep the logistics going here in the van. Girls keep me on my toes, definitely, but I wouldn't be without them. They're actually really great company. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting all emotional. Didn't see this coming. Well, actually I did. Let's face it. I'm quite an emotional person. They're keeping me on my toes and trying to keep the logistics of everything running, trying to sort out life admin. Obviously we're not working, so trying to manage all of that. And as well as, now that he's in clothes, trying to get his clothes sorted. Sort of like being a carer, or being his carer, but obviously from the van as well. So I'm kind of there, most running around. So I don't stop most days, but sometimes it's quite nice to have things to keep you going. But I am trying to take regular rest days because I'm really starting to feel it now. There are days where I'm just exhausted and trying to look after myself, but that's why I like to treat myself to my iced coffees. So I've done a few bits on my laptop this morning, so hopefully that's a few things ticked off my ever-growing list. I'm desperately trying to get my head back into my work, but yeah, one thing at a time, that's all I can do. Thank you again to everybody. Oh, hello, hi. For a few of you are still messaging after the initial, what we put out. So I really do appreciate it. And if I can't get back to you straight away, then I am trying and I will get round to it. It's just, things just take a bit of time at the moment, I guess. But I really appreciate it. Everyone that's still, the few people that's still checking in and checking up on us. It's really sweet and I really appreciate it. So I'm just about to get ready to go to the hospital, actually, to go and see the boy. Go and see how he is today. Hopefully he's a bit brighter. His blood transfusions seem to be wiping it out of him a little bit. But hopefully that's just where he's getting some good cells, some good blood cells back in his system that will start fighting the infections. So I'm just packing up. Take my trusty power bank. Because this, do you know what's funny? This is the first time I think in about 8 years that my phone has not been on silent. Normally my phone's always on silent. And it's probably about the first time in 8 years that it's not been. So it makes me jump every time it goes off. But yeah, so I've got my power bank. So I need to make sure I've always got power. I've had a shower today, so I'm feeling fresh. I've had my weekly shower because obviously I'm trying to save on LPG. So the rest of the time I've been using fresh wipes, amazing. They've really come in handy for both of us actually. So I've had my shower, I'm feeling quite fresh today. The sun has come out this afternoon, so there are good things in the world. So I'll catch you later. Right, I am so pleased to say chemo was successfully finished, and look how much better you look nearly a week on from that. Oh, it's so lovely to see you looking so well. How do you feel?
Still not great.
No.
But obviously better. Yeah, just getting a bit bored of these four walls now.
Yes, because John hasn't actually been able to leave this room for nearly 4 weeks now.
In isolation.
In isolation, and of course I take it for granted that I obviously know what I'm talking about when I say to him, oh, you go this way, I catch the bus from here, I do that. Poor sod's never even seen the campsite. So we're just hoping now
not
that...
even allowed out that door.
That door behind me. Literally not allowed out. So yeah, now that we're hoping that the chemo's done, that his body can start fighting the infections as well, and hopefully he might be actually allowed out. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice, very nice.
Right, I got to run because I caught the bus today because I was being lazy. So I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
As you can see, my days don't have much variation at the moment. It's pretty much, look after this lot. Look after John. Try and look after myself and keep everything running. Right, okay girls, I know you got fed early on my days. But, even though I am still feeling a little bit emotional, that was actually a really nice hospital visit because John was so much brighter today, so much perkier. The rash, like his rash looks like it's clearing up. He's not purple anymore. He's starting to return to normal colour. And he was actually up walking around the room doing his exercises because obviously he's lost all of his muscle mass. I've actually never, in the whole 16 years we've been together, I've never seen him that small. Because obviously he's always been quite a muscular guy. So yeah, he's doing his little exercises, shuffling around his room. So yeah, that was a really positive visit. So that's good. That's actually cheered me up. Right, I know. Right, I better sort this out.